Hi Molly and Doug and family. Here is the SanJosecito property, and I just got your email this morning about getting some measurements for you, and I think if I understand it correctly, you want to know how much of this property is accessible from the road where it doesn't do this, the sharp inclination down. So I will get that for you here in just a minute. Meanwhile, here's what it looks like. And keep in mind, my camera puts things further away than they actually are. I'm going to give you the view because it's pretty darn nice from here. This is the whale's tail, and what I'm actually seeing is more like, probably like that. Yeah, I'd say it's like that. All right, just going to take a walk along the plantel, the building site. Car is kind of a point of reference up there. So I was at the furthest edge of the property. Make sure I'm zoomed out, okay. And I'm walking down to the nearest edge using the orientation as you're coming up the hill. So you can see the usable space here. I would deem this a large usable building site, and it's just been rough cut. They haven't done a clearing yet, really. That's where I just was, and then I walked down here. This looks like the kind of natural or obvious entry, although there's another one over here behind these trees. Yeah, I think you can come down in here with a drive. And the chop stops right there. That's probably pretty close to the property line. So right from that edge, I'd say you've got some meters here, and I'll get you that actual number here in just a little bit. But all along in here, I think you could drop down into this property. Okay, and then from down here, this is what it looks like there, and then out to the view. Oh boy, that's nice. I seem to have a knack for getting on these whale's tail view properties at high tide. That would be so nice of a view when that's at low tide. Again, I'm zoomed out, so let's get it closer in. That's about what I'm seeing. Huh. Really pretty. Okay, as far as more usable, let's take a little jaunt. Here's that tree. I don't know if you remember that. Use that as a point of orientation as it was laying down when we were here first time. Looks like it goes on down there. I don't know. This is all, usable. You could peer up. Here's the building site level, and then it does a fairly sharp incline down to where the tree is laying, and down in here it looks like you could put some peering down in here and have a nice deck out over that, and you get the beautiful valley or mountain ridge view over there out to the ocean. So I've come back up to the road, and just to kind of give you the profile. Okay,
Just a second.
so this is the trench that we are using loosely to describe this end of the property. You got your banana trees or plantains, and let's see what this does here, because this comes straight off the road, this level where I'm walking on right now. This would be a real easy way to have an access right as soon as you get to the property. Just pull down onto it. And that's actually a little bit of a rise from the road. Okay. And then after the rise is where that area that I had indicated from below, it seems like the natural sort of entry to the property, because it is the same level as the road and then just drops down nicely to the building area. And up until that point, from the trench, from the beginning of the property, there's the rise, so you have a natural berm there, and that's kind of nice to have just for the demarcation between the road and your property. Okay, and then from this angle you can see it's a fairly sharp decline from the road down to the property for quite a ways there. Sorry about the jiggling. So just past my car, it looks like we could conceivably have another access back here to the building site. Take some tractor work, it would take some fill, but not a lot. It's fairly gradual. Okay, you guys, so from pretty much the far edge of the property, from here up to where? Well, right here to these trees is about 10 meters. And I think that's a viable access for the property. Now I'm going to do the other one that is the nearer side, as we're using in this video. Okay, so this is the end of the natural access. Okay, that looks like it's what it's made for, is to just drive down onto that building site. If you don't, you know, if you choose to do this one, this would be as like the earliest, as soon as you get to the property, you drive down onto it. So that's the end of it. That is 23 meters to just before that tree, where the rise in the ground there, the berm starts. This is all kind of the same level here as the road, and then the berm starts again there. So including the berm back to where the plantains are, that's 23 meters.